Hey guys, welcome to Win Life. This is Matthew. Let's talk boredom. So what is boredom? Well, boredom can be defined as the state of being weary and restless through lack of interest, the boredom of a long car trip. Here's another definition that might help you even more to win at life. Ready? The state of feeling bored. Right? I like the first one better. So let's unpack the first definition of boredom and see why you or why I might be bored and what we can do to fix that. So the first key word in the first definition of boredom is weary. What comes to mind when you think of the word weary? For me, it's waking up at 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m., getting ready to go to work, having to commute about 70 miles a day so that I can show up to work and be trapped in an area for 10 to 12 hours only to drive back, right? That gets you weary mentally even long before physically. Your body can actually outlast your mind quite a bit in that scenario. The next key word in the definition is restless. What comes to mind when you think of the word restless? For me, it's being at work in the afternoon time, having, 4 more hours to go, 5 more hours to go. It's 1 p.m., 2 p.m., and I've got a lot of mindless work to get through. I'm not able to go home, work on my side hustles, just have to grind it out, getting restless, right? I've probably had coffee or tea, and I'm just using the caffeine to get through the day, but very restless, wanting to move on. The next key word in this definition for boredom is lack of interest. What comes to mind when you think of lack of interest? For me, it's shallow coworkers, shallow conversations. Nobody wants to be there at work, for example, and everyone is disinterested in what they're doing. The final keyword is long car trip, right? Because again, I'll read the definition of boredom here. The definition is the state of being weary and restless through lack of interest, the boredom of a long car trip. That's the example that they give in this definition. That's interesting, right? So a long car trip, what does that sort of bring to mind to you? Well, obviously, your commute to work could be a long car trip. That could be it. But also, your entire mentality could be a long car trip on autopilot, right? From the start of the day to the end of the day. You're probably not attacking your day. You're probably passively being told what to do, showing up where you're supposed to show up so you don't get fired, so you can make your weekly paycheck, going home, watching a show on autopilot, falling asleep on autopilot, and repeating the process. And once a whole week goes by, then you put the weeks on autopilot, and then you have the years on autopilot, and pretty soon you are a captive in your own plane, and you're not going to break out from where you are. That's where boredom gets you. It will trap you where you are. This is exciting stuff once you understand that you're probably on autopilot. So, are you a wage slave? Are you bored at work? Is your life a long car ride? Are you on autopilot? Actually think about it. If you came to this video wanting to win at life, actually ask yourself those questions. Are you a wage slave? Are you bored at work? Is your life a long car ride? Chances are good that you're going to say yes to one of those questions. So, what do? How can you win at life? Wake up and grab the wheel.